In my past life, I won 80 million in the lottery, only to have my parents and younger sister team up with my boyfriend to steal the winning ticket. Later, they cut ties with me and kicked me out of the house. Everything ended when my sister pushed me down the stairs during an argument, leaving me unconscious. When I woke up, I found myself reborn, along with my entire family, watching them rush to buy the same lottery numbers from my previous life. I couldn't help but smirk. They had no idea I was born with insane luck. That 80 million wasn't about the numbers, it was about me being the one who bought the ticket. As I took in my old bedroom, the same one I'd spent years in before, the door burst open. Mom, Dad, hold her down. Don't let her escape. My sister, Amy Johnson, stared at me with wolfish greed while our father, Tom Johnson, immediately pinioned me down and tied my hands. Mom, Emma Johnson, locked the door behind her, snarling, "Stay put, you little bitch," before sweetly calling to Amy, "Go buy that ticket now, sweetheart." That's when I knew, all three of my killers had been reborn too. "You think she remembers?" Emma whispered to Tom. "Who cares? What's she gonna do? That money's as good as ours." Tom scoffed, not even bothering to lower his voice. "Remember what?" I pretended to be ignorant, blinking innocently. "Just know your place," Emma snapped, glaring at me. I almost laughed. This time, those numbers wouldn't mean a thing, because luck wasn't in the numbers, it was in me. I'd realized my supernatural luck as a kid, like when I won the grocery store's Golden Ball prize, 3 times in a row. Despite there supposedly being only one in the machine, the cashier's shocked face said it all, but my family had always treated me like trash while spoiling Amy rotten, so I'd never told them about my winning streak. That lottery ticket had been my escape plan, until my ex ratted me out. This time, they'd pay for everything. Amy returned, practically vibrating with excitement. "Lisa Thompson, we're about to be rich, and you get nothing," she sneered. "Oh, since when does buying one ticket make you rich?" I feigned confusion. "Shouldn't we be realistic? You're just jealous." Amy yanked my collar until I shoved her off and deliberately bought a random lottery ticket online right in front of her. Amy burst out with laughter. "Beg me on your knees now, and maybe I'll throw you some scraps later." "Sure, rich girl. Prove it. Venmo me 50 right now." I deadpanned, fuming. She stormed off, and just as I predicted, all three soon took out massive loans, with guaranteed millions coming. They went wild, mortgaging the house, taking high-interest cash advances. The works, when they dragged me shop private detectiving to humiliate me. I played along. Watching them gawk at Gucci like kids in a candy store was priceless. Amy bought their whole display case while Tom put a down payment on a luxury car. Strangers eyed my plain clothes beside their gaudy new outfits, making them preen harder. "Look at you, pathetic," Amy sneered. I nodded absently. Their debt was due before the rigged drawing. Let them enjoy this while it lasts. Then my phone buzzed, a text from Jack Smith, the Trader X. Perfect timing. At our doorstep. Jack's eyes locked onto Amy's designer labels, completely overlooking me. Memories flooded back, how he dumped me the second my family stole my winnings, calling me a private detective bitch before kicking me out. Now, seeing Amy's temporary wealth, he immediately turned on me again. "We're done, Lisa," he announced. As Amy clung to his arm, I didn't hesitate. I slapped him so hard my palm stung, then gave Amy a matching one for symmetry. "There, balanced," I said sweetly as they gaped at me. When Jack lunged, I dodged easily. This time, I was ready for them all. "Lisa Thompson, how dare you bully your little sister? Get the hell out of my house." Tom and Emma Johnson shielded Amy Johnson like mother hens protecting their chicks. I stared coldly at the two people blocking my path. This was exactly how it happened in my past life. After my sister was born, I became nothing more than the family's punching bag. They bent over backward to indulge Amy Johnson's every whim while I got beaten black and blue for the slightest dissatisfaction. They poured everything into making Amy Johnson successful but couldn't even spare me a second glance. Back then, I was naive enough to think that if I studied hard enough, maybe they'd finally see my worth. And I did. I got into a far better university than Amy Johnson ever could. But all they did was point at her and lie through their teeth. Now that's our blood. 1,000 times better than that worthless waste of space. This baseless, Extreme favoritism followed me from childhood straight into adulthood. I used to wonder, was I even their real child? Well, no matter. It was time to cut ties for good, word by word. My voice steady with resolve and relief. I said, fine. Let's make this clear. I'm an adult now. Get my name off the family registry immediately. From today, we have no ties. No obligations, nothing. Of course. They looked thrilled that I knew why. They didn't want me getting a single cent of that 80 million. The irony. They were never getting that money anyway, once the paperwork was completed. I moved out quickly and used the money I had saved from my part-time job to rent a place near the school. Sure, I could have relied on my insane luck to get rich overnight. But after my past life, I knew better. That kind of fortune was a double-edged sword. Leaning on luck too much would just turn me into a useless leech. And human greed. Bottomless. I refused to let it consume me. I checked the time. The lottery draw was just a day away, then. Out of nowhere, my middle school friend Megan Lee messaged me. Her tone weirdly off. Lisa Thompson. Since when did your family get so loaded? She sent me a bunch of screenshots, all from Amy Johnson's social media. Since Amy was only 2 grades below me in middle school. Megan still had her added, the first private detective was a private detective of luxury bags. Captioned, productive day. The second was a diamond ring. From my sweet boyfriend. I scoffed. Jack Smith must've gone all out to land his sugar mama. No way he could afford that rock without drowning in debt. The third photo. Amy, Emma, and Tom. Grinning like the perfect little family. Caption, my people, pfft. As if that would hurt me. Newsflash, I didn't care, because I knew the truth now. I wasn't their real child, they just kicked me out. So I grabbed some hair samples for DNA testing. Luck was on my side, the strands had follicles, the result. No surprise. Not a drop of shared blood between me and those 3 dots suddenly. Their favoritism made sense, not excuse. The damage was still real. And they would pay for it, Megan kept texting. Okay, Amy's officially lost it. I straight up asked her what was going on. And guess what she said? She claimed she's gonna win 80 million in the lottery tomorrow. Delusional much. And how dare they cut you out like that? I typed back, smirking. Megan, wanna watch a show? To rub salt in the wound. Amy had sent me the lottery office's address days ago, with the exact time. Like some twisted invitation, who was I to refuse? The next morning, I suited up and headed to the claim center. Megan was already there, waiting. She nudged me. Pointing, Tom Johnson rolled up in a flashy Ferrari. Amy spotted me, strutted over, and waved her wrist in my face, Vacheron Constantine gleaming. She lifted her chin like a rooster ready to fight. Lisa Thompson, you came. Her smirk was unbearable. Don't believe we're rich. Well, you're about to see proof. Megan muttered beside me. God. She's insufferable. I just smiled. Can't wait. The numbers flashed on the screen, then settled. My lips curled. Those digits were familiar. But not from the past lives winning combo, nope. They were the numbers ID jokingly bought right in front of Amy, the ones she'd mocked me for. Meanwhile, Amy didn't even glance at the results. She marched to the counter, nose in the air. We're here to claim our prize. They'd put all their faith in the past lives' outcome. From a logical standpoint. Sure, too bad they were up against me, the clerk checked. Then frowned. Sorry, you didn't win. Amy's smug expression froze mid-smirk, the 80 million of her dreams. Gone. Bullshit. Tom roared, lunging at the clerk like he could strangle him through the glass. The numbers, they changed. Emma wailed, shoving her phone at them. Face ashen, Amy stammered, shaking. No, that's impossible. Then she snapped. Her eyes locked onto me, wild and terrifying. You did this, didn't you? She lunged. I didn't flinch, just yanked out my pepper spray and doused her. She screeched, flailing like a dying fish. Megan spat. Amy. You're sick. How is Lisa responsible for you not winning? Emma and Tom tried rushing to her rescue, until security swarmed in, privately detecting them, just like they'd tied me up when I first came back to this life. Now, the tables had turned. Calmly, I stepped to the counter and handed over my ticket. Could you check this one, please? The clerk's jaw dropped. Ma'am, congratulations. This might be the biggest win I'll ever see in my career. A cool 100 million. Amy's eyes might have been burning. But her ears worked fine. She heard that, and fainted on the spot. Emma stood there, trembling like a leaf. Tom turned purple and shoved past security, only to get tackled again. Bystanders whispered, "What kind of psychos are these people? Lost their minds over lottery delusions. Pathetic." That girl's crazy lucky, though. The trio got hauled off to the police station for causing a scene. Minimum a few days in lockup. As for their mountain of debt, well, good luck paying that off. Megan blinked at me, then grinned. Lisa, you weren't kidding. That was a show. I smiled. Oh. This was just the start. Over the next few days, I juggled paperwork, but still attended classes. Then, mid-lecture, a text buzzed in. Lisa, we need to talk. That my gut knew. Jack Smith, the leech, was crawling back. His sugar dreams crushed along with that diamond ring. I ignored it. Blocked, but ID underestimated his shamelessness. After class, he was waiting outside. Some clueless classmate cooed. "Ah, Lisa, your boyfriend's here to private detective you up." I deadpanned. "Jack, we broke up the second you cheated with Amy. What part of never speak to me again confused you?" The classmate's smile vanished. Jack's face twisted, but then he grabbed my hand, oozing fake remorse. "Lisa, I messed up. Amy came on to me. I never wanted her." I yanked free, disinfecting my hands right in front of him. "Cut the crap. You dumped me for her money. Now you're back 'cause she's broke." "Huh." His face flushed. "Bingo." I kept going. "That ring. How much debt did you drown in for that? Now you want me to bail you out? Disgusting." Jack stammered denials, but his guilt was written all over him. The crowd turned fast. What a loser. Lisa, queen of calling out trash. Ew. He expected her to pay for his affair. Jack hissed. You've got no proof." I smirked. "Oh, I do." I hit play on my phone. Idiots. Did they think I wouldn't record every interaction with these vipers? The audio's private detective held out. Jack Dumpervate detectiving me the second he thought Amy was rich. Their sickening lovey-dovey crap. The crowd erupted. Even random guys ID never spoken to stepped in. "Bro, you're scum." Jack bolted. I almost laughed. Oh. He'd be back, once he found out I was the lottery winner now, but bring it on. I wasn't scared. That evening, I spotted Amy outside my apartment. Gone was her arrogance. Now, just hollowy despair. She hunched like her private detective had given up. I crossed my arms. "Shouldn't you be running from debt collectors?" Her voice was raw. "You switched the numbers. You remember the past too, don't you?" I rolled my eyes. "Not my problem." She slammed her fists against my door. "Oops. Forgot to mention that ID installed cameras. Congrats, Amy. More debts for vandalism." As she left, she hissed, "This isn't over." Days later, Tom and Emma stormed my campus, desperate, broke, and shameless. Emma kneeled at the gates, a bloody red sign around her neck. "Lisa Thompson abandons her parents." Tom blared the same crap through a megaphone. The school panicked. My advisor hauled me to the dean's office. "Lisa, this is damaging our reputation. If this escalates, expulsion is on the table." Then, the fake olive branch. "You're a top student. Just apologize to them publicly, and we'll smooth this over." I was done. Since when was I the villain here? "Fine. ID handle it my way. I'll resolve this in 2 days. No need for your help." I walked out and dialed a number. "Hey, that investigation I asked about, any updates?" The voice on the line was calm. "We found proof. Tom and Emma bought you as a baby." After the DNA test, ID hired a private detective. No relatives. Then, there was only one option. Trafficked. The evidence was solid. Witness statements. Even a receipt. Tom had bragged about buying a kid back in the day. As for my real parents, no leads yet, but we're still digging. I exhaled. This is enough. Enough to send them to jail. Outside, the chaos exploded. Tom and Emma had brought reporters. The school's social media was flooded, but soon, very soon, the world would know the truth, and they'd be the ones drowning. the news quickly climbed the trending charts, starting at the bottom and rapidly and detectively gaining traction. College students these days have no conscience. Who abandons their parents like this? People like her should be expelled, absolute scum of society. God. That mother kneeling at the gate must be so heartbroken. I'm about to cry. 99% of the comments were pure vitriol aimed at me. A handful of acquaintances tried defending me, but they were drowned out by the online mob. I couldn't have cared less. I had my evidence ready, and with one click, I unleashed it all online. Then, head held high, I walked straight toward Emma and Tom Johnson. The reporters swarmed me like sharks smelling blood. Lisa Thompson, did you abandon your parents? Lisa Thompson, why would you do something like this? I raised a hand to silence them. Let me talk to them first. I stopped in front of Emma, still kneeling on the ground, looking years older. The second she saw me, she latched onto my leg like I was her lifeline. We can't survive like this. We raised you for 20 years, sent you to college, and you just walked away when we needed you most. You've broken our hearts. I arched a brow. Oh, who was it that kicked me out? I have the recordings. And let's not forget, you're in this mess because you took out loans to fund your luxury shop private detective sprees. We have no ties anymore. When the guilt trip failed, Emma's face twisted with venom. Lisa, you have $100 million, why won't you help us? Tom snarled, the sheer audacity. After everything they'd done, they still thought they were entitled to my money. Actually, after taxes. I donated all of it. I pulled up the donation confirmation on my phone and shoved it in their faces. And let's not forget, we share no blood. I was bought. The beatings, the insults, they'll never forget, or forgive. I dropped the bomb, the crowd erupted. As the evidence spread online, the tide turned fast. Some skeptics accused me of faking it, until an official government account reposted my thread with the caption, "We stand firmly against child trafficking." Game over. The internet flipped overnight, but in real life, Tom was still flailing. You're lying, he roared, desperately scanning the crowd for support. She's framing us. You have to help us. Too late. The reporters and bystanders weren't idiots. They'd seen the receipts. One man shoved forward, private detective editing in disgust. You bought a child, blew your money on designer crap. And now you're harassing her for more. Disgusting. Meanwhile, she donated everything. The crowd roared in agreement. Scum like you belong in jail. Emma's face went ghost white. It's over, she whispered. Tom collapsed like a deflated balloon. I watched, cold and satisfied, as their world crumbled. Enjoy prison. Emma and Tom got 10 years. The online hate train didn't stop, it accelerated. Netizens dug up dirt on their real daughter, Amy Johnson. I had private detectively fed the flames, posting the footage of Amy trashing my door and the audio of her and Jack's shameless affair. The storm raged on. This time, they'd all taste what it meant to be universally private detectives. Jack dropped out of school in disgrace. Amy, according to mutuals, she was on the run from debt collectors, homeless, unable to return to campus. Her family's assets seized, with her parents in prison. The debt fell entirely on her. Then came the texts from an unknown number. Lisa, you're trying to kill me. You'll pay for this, just wait. I smirked and typed back, what karma? I could make another fortune with a snap of my fingers. Meanwhile, you're ruined. I knew Amy. She'd come for revenge, and I wanted her to. Debt wasn't enough. One night, walking home alone, exactly as planned, I got snatched into a black van, blindfolded, but that shrill voice was unmistakable. Lisa, finally caught you. Amy's laugh was unhinged. You thought you'd won. Ha, but I know, your luck's not normal. You can win anytime, can't you? Shed cracked. Good. The van stopped. I was kicked out. The blindfold ripped off. A dusty, dimly lit warehouse. Amy stood over me, wildeed and ragged. She looked terrible, which made me delighted. I grinned. She swung at me. I dodged. Enough. A male voice snapped. Jack. I almost laughed. I'd been wondering how to drag him down further, and here he was, handing me the perfect opportunity. Lisa, Jack hissed, knife in hand, buy us 10 lottery tickets. Maybe we let you live. His eyes screamed murder. I played. Shocked. Jack. Think. Amy's drowning in debt, she has nothing left. But you can still bounce back. Drop out for a year. Let this blow over. Then finish school. But if you help her kidnap me, that's prison. I let it sink in. Who got you into debt? Amy. And now she's dragging you deeper. Jack hesitated. Amy shrieked. Don't listen to her. Then, bang, the warehouse door slammed open, right on time. That ID tipped off the police days ago about the threats. With the media frenzy around my case, they'd taken it very seriously. My solo nighttime stroll. Bait, Amy and Jack took it exactly as predicted. Cops. Jack panicked. Knife shaking. You bitch, you called them. Thanks to my little pep talk. He snapped at Amy. You ruined me, he screamed. Lunging at her, the blade flashed, blood sprayed, police tackled Jack. But too late, Amy collapsed. Gasping, bleeding out, her last act. Staring at me with pure, unblinking hate. Then, nothing, Jack lost it. I didn't mean. It's her fault. Lisa's fault. I rolled my eyes. Not prison. Dumbass. Death penalty. He howled as the cops dragged him away. Ms. Thompson. A female officer scolded. You never should have risked this. I smiled. Lighter than I'd felt in years. Worth it. It was finally over. Jack got the death sentence. Emma and Tom, upon hearing about Amy's death, collapsed in prison. Last I heard, they were still in critical condition. As for me, I never used my lucky streak again. Real futures aren't built on luck, they're earned. I graduated, got my master's, and turned down overseas job offers to stay and work with a child protection nonprofit, because I knew what it was like to drown. This time, I'd be the one holding the umbrella.